welcome back to another TERA Plays TERA video. In today's video, I am going to kind of go over little tips and tricks for people who are growing to level 65. I've been talking to some people in the community, and I have a few guides of getting to level 65. Most of it's all the same, and I know I recently released one of these before I went away, and most of that information is very similar, but I was informed that there's quite a few things that people get stuck on or they have trouble with in the game, and here are some tricks to help you when playing TERA and leveling up. Some things that maybe us endgame players kind of forget. So now, when you do make your new character, if you're brand new to the game, or if you're coming back, you got two options. Now, if you're brand new, you actually do not have two options. You have to play through the tutorial, follow it, and you'll see that doing quests are fairly simple, as you just have to go up, speak to an NPC, kill some BAMs, so on and so forth. If you've played before and you have a character and you've done the tutorial, it will let you skip this. If you're brand new and it does let you skip it, I highly recommend not skipping it, as it kind of goes through and explains playing TERA. Now, I could make a new character and do the tutorial, but I just don't want to. I don't want to have to go through deleting and making a character, waiting that time, and it's just unnecessary, because like most MMOs, I feel people should be able to understand following through. You know, you start right there, you go through and you talk and do the quest line, kill what it tells you to kill. But there might be some UI tricks, and basically UI tricks, that will help you understand where to go, or maybe some button combinations that can help you understand where to go and things to do in the game to keep you on track. Now, I will say with leveling, you have basically 2 to 3 options to get to level 65. The first option is, as I said, you'll go through the quest log, and again, this is why I didn't do it on another character, is because I can kind of show on my main warrior. You're going to have to eventually go through all of these quests that my warrior hasn't completed because I just 65 scrolled it. That is an option, but we're not going to cover that really further than that. And basically, once you're like 61, you'll continue this quest line. You'll do all of these, parts of the quest until you get to the High Watch quest, and so on and so forth. You play through the quest to complete the game. Now, the other option is you can come over, to get to that, you press start, you go into your character, scroll through, hit the quest log, and this will tell you exactly what quests you are working on. You can remove these quests from the tracker. Some of them it does not want to let me remove, but you can also select what quest you specifically want to work on, and that'll show up in that right side of the corner. So by doing the quest, it will eventually push you to level 65. This might be one of the faster but also slower ways, depending on how active the server is. The other option is you could, once you go through enough of quest, you could kind of instance match and go into group dungeons such as Bastion of Lock, Necromancer's Tomb, Sinistral Manor, all of those dungeons that I can't really show. The only one they took it away. Sometimes Miraculous Catacombs and Savex would show up for 65 characters, and those are dungeons that are throughout the game. So basically, if you are in Bastion of Lock, well, you're going to be over here, and eventually you're going to work map Stadia, Oblivion Woods, and there's Bastion of Lock. You'll eventually work your way up from Crescentia, talking to a bunch of NPCs and doing this dungeon. When you get to Bastion of Lock, you can either enter it and do it solo, complete the quest lines and move forward, or you can kind of do it with a group And you can go from dungeon to dungeon to dungeon and do dungeon bams. Or if you have a level 65 friend, they could kind of just take you to the bams and certain points and help you level up through the game. But ideally, if there's no one online or you're just playing by yourself, honestly, your best bet is just go through the quest log. Again, it's a great thing to use. We're going to teach you some tricks with the UI. So you understand now that, well, we could press the start button, and of course you could come to the map. Oops, a map. There is not the map. You gotta do it that way. That's strange, or I just can't find it. But you can also get to the map by pressing the back button, whatever it's related to on, PlayStation. You can see it's in this right hand corner. So press the back button and the B button for quest tracker, and you can go from world map from here and see the map. So this is going to be a useful tool, because all these little question marks are quest lines that, well, if you're new to the game, you should complete. Sorry, can't speak English today. The other thing is, if you want to specifically track exact ones on your bar, you can actually do the quest tracker, come over here, and you can hit X to display zone quest markers. And that will show you roughly I'm in Alimentia's headquarters. I gotta come speak to Freya. If you don't know where that is, well, it's a little tricky to find, but luckily we have something in the top right corner. And yeah, we can't maneuver out of this, but one thing you could do is, again, to press the back button, go to the world map. Luckily we know, okay, Alimentia is over here, that question mark's over here. We come into Alimentia, and yes, that question mark is now not really well shown, but if you scroll over these areas, you can almost find what you might be looking for. And it's not always the easiest to find, but we would find, here's the headquarters gatekeeper. So this is the area you're going to want to go to, and there will be a teleporter to actually get you in here. Or you could see Elion's right here. Once you speak to him, he'll give you more instructions as well. So the map is not the best to work with. I know it is a bit frustrating, but if you use the little context clues, you would be able to find that, yes, Alimentia's quarters are in Alimentia, and if you come to the headquarters gatekeeper, he will let you into that area. Let's say maybe I want to track a different quest line and not Alimentia, right? So, for a perfect example, if I want to track BAMs, I can maximize. It's not letting me do display quest quarters, but I could check quest. It will show up into here, and then I could see I have it highlighted. And then you could check teleport location, and then it gives it to you on the map. So unfortunately, yes, as much as we would like this game to have better pings and waypoint systems, you can work around the UI, as it is a bit tricky. There's a few tips. Again, another thing is, do not ever forget that you have your quest log. Always use this if you are lost. Let's say I want to find this place. I can hit Y, display the quest tracker. So now I'll be on that right section. I can hit X to display the quest zone. And now I have a rough idea I need to go into this area. If I press the left button, it'll bring me out, and then I can see I'm in Spring Valley. Bring me out again and see that, well, this is all the way up in the top right of the map. You can hit A on them, hit A, Spring Valley, and I know that I need to go speak to the person that's in this area. By putting it on the bar, it is over there, and you can do the same thing where you hit X to display quest zone, and again you can small cap or hit A in small scale map. Just brings it to the larger map for you to work with. So even if I went into Amjack Trading Post, I could see I could teleport here, and then I would have to go out to the left into Spring Valley. So those are just some kind of quick UI tricks to help players get around the area. Again, don't forget you got your world map, which allows you to open and close. This is great to know. And always remember you have your quest log. This is very, very useful, as if you are leveling your character for the first time and you get lost, you can always find what quest you need to complete. Just look at your character's level and look at the top right of the quest and see that you have that level, like you're there in that area. If you ever get hard stuck on a quest, you can always either decline and then reactivate it from a point that you remember, and sometimes you can even get into quests and have a redo button where you just restart it over from a specific point. That might be useful if you were really stuck, and like I said with Alimentia, if you really did not know where her headquarters was and who to go speak with, then you could just reset it and it would bring you back to a point that maybe it'll be a little bit more obvious of where to go. Terra is very, very wordy. So again, if you read the whole thing, report to Freya and the Alimentia headquarters, you'll see under brackets, speak with Arasha to enter the Alimentia headquarters. So as long as you find that person in Alimentia, you will be able to find where she is. So again, it would be nice if it was a bit more direct. I understand people get frustrated, but hopefully these little tips and tricks help you get to level 65 if you're new, or if you're leveling a new character. Along with all my previous videos, you can go back and see them. They'll be in the same playlist as this video. Within that, I hope you've enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next upcoming videos. The next leveling video or guided video that I plan to release with this in series is key points for once you are at level 65. Understanding where to go, what gear to work on, and what items you should focus as a new player to TERA Console. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer everything as best as I can. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, especially if you want to see future content. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you hit that like button. And that's about it. Hope you all have a wonderful and or fantastic day or night. And as always, I hope to see you in Aboria, gamers.